Hello, I'm Fazil Khan from Hareway. Today I'm here to discuss in avionics and instrumentation. In this, I'm going with the topic of commercial of the shell systems. What is a quartz component? So, independent and replaceable part of a system that fulfills a clear function. Works in the context of a well-defined architecture. A component communicates with other components by its interfaces, developed by different developers using different languages and different platforms. So here you can see the conditions. Uh, Advantages of COTS. Development cost is reduced. Development time is reduced. Complex systems can be built by reusing pre-existing components, and testing effort is reduced. Testing components and challenges. COTS is a black box, lack of functional and technical requirements, compatibility issues, uncertain upgrade schedules and quality, interoperability and integration issues. And testing techniques. Black box component testing, system level fault injection, operational system testing, software wrapping, and interface propagation analysis. So these are the testing techniques of COTS. And box testing. To understand the behavior of a component, various inputs are executed and outputs are analyzed. To catch all types of errors, all possible combinations of input values should be executed. To make testing feasible, test cases are selected randomly from test case space. So it is a condition for black box testing approach. First test case input, then it's sends to application, then uh, then test case output. Fault injection. So it is an example of fault injection. First a fault simulation tool then to component. Again there is a request, then fault simulation tool. So a technique for improving the coverage of a test by introducing faults to test code paths. Fault propagate through to an observable failure follows a well-defined cycle. When executed, a fault may cause an error which is an invalid state within a system boundary. An error may cause further errors within the system boundary. So this is termed the fault error failure cycle. So it's a condition for fault error. Fault error is leads to failure. Fault error leads to failure, then hazard, and then accident. Like human error can lead to fault, and it can lead to failure. As you can see here the example. Operational system testing. Complement system level fault injection. System is operated with random inputs, valid and invalid inputs, provides more accurate assessment of codes quality, and a key operational testing feature is error detection, which ensures correct functional implementation. Operational testing allows component interaction. Software wrapping. Here you can see the input wrapper and output wrapper, and how we are giving input to component and how we are getting the output from component. So wrapper generally refers to a type of packaging such as a flat sheet to enclose an object. It's a piece of code that one builds to isolate the underlying components from other components of the system. And glue. Component provides the functionality to combine different components. Interface propagation. So interface propagation is first we'll set COTS component 1, and then fault injector, and then COTS component 2. So interface propagation analysis is used by injecting faults at one component. This is done at component integration level. A known faulty input is injected using fault injector into the system. So components affected by this input are observed. How they handle the fault input. Thank you.